Everything you believe about being separate from the world is an illusion. It's a trick of the senses, making you feel alone and disconnected. But science has made a discovery, one that few people truly grasp and even fewer know how to use in their daily lives. They have found that everything in the universe is connected in a way that goes beyond our everyday understanding of time and space. There is a hidden energy field, a kind of invisible web, that links not just the tiniest particles, but also your thoughts, your feelings, and most importantly, your destiny. What does this mean for you? It means your mind is influencing your reality in ways you have probably never even considered. It means the power to shape your life is far greater than you were led to believe. From this moment on, what you are about to discover could change your reality forever. Let's start with a simple thought experiment. Imagine you are holding two identical dice. You roll one in your living room, and at the exact same moment, someone else rolls the other one thousands of miles away. Now imagine this. No matter how far apart you are, the number you roll on your die always matches the number they roll on theirs. Instantly. Every single time. This might sound like magic, but it isn't. It is a real principle of quantum physics called quantum entanglement. This is a phenomenon that has been proven in scientific labs again and again. It shows that two particles can become linked, or entangled, and they will stay that way no matter how far apart they are moved. If something happens to one, the other one reacts instantly, as if they are still right next to each other. But here is the part that most people don't know. This principle doesn't just apply to tiny invisible particles. It can extend into our world. It can influence your life, your mind, and your personal energy. If everything in the universe, including you and me, is made of the same fundamental energy and particles, then your own consciousness must also follow these same strange and wonderful rules. This means that your thoughts, your intentions, and your emotions might have a much bigger impact on the world around you than you ever realized. They are not just locked inside your head. When you understand this truth, and when you learn how to use it consciously, you can begin to unlock a hidden energy that has always been within you, waiting to be used. But before we can understand how this can transform your reality, we first need to explore what it is that actually connects your mind to the universe. Your thoughts seem to exist only inside your head. It feels like a private, internal conversation that no one else can hear. But the truth is, they have a much greater reach than you think. Scientists and researchers in quantum physics have started to discover that consciousness is not confined to the brain. It appears to interact with the very fabric of the universe itself. One of the most impressive studies on this was done by the HeartMath Institute. They found that the human heart generates a powerful electromagnetic field. This field is not only responsible for the rhythm of your own heart, but it is also capable of influencing the environment around you. It extends several feet beyond your body. Think about what that means. Your emotions and intentions can travel beyond you, impacting other people and even the events that unfold around you. If thoughts are a form of energy, and a basic law of physics is that energy never disappears, it only changes form, then where do your intentions and emotions go when you project them into the world? The concept of quantum entanglement suggests an answer. It points to a deep interconnection between all particles, including the ones that make up your own body and mind. This means that when you think about something with strong emotional intensity, that vibration can resonate with another part of the universe. It can attract situations and responses that are aligned with that same frequency. This is why some people seem to magically manifest opportunities, chance encounters, and lucky events, while others remain stuck in repetitive cycles of struggle and disappointment. The secret isn't just about what they are doing on the outside. It lies in how their mental and emotional waves are interacting with this vast, invisible field of energy. In the early 20th century, quantum physics began to reveal a hidden side of reality that shocked the scientific world. One famous experiment, called the double-slit experiment, demonstrated that light particles called photons behave differently, depending on whether or not they are being observed. When no one is looking, they act like waves. But when a scientist sets up a device to watch them, they start acting like particles. This means that the observer's consciousness, the simple act of paying attention, can influence physical matter. This finding completely challenges the logic of conventional science. But there is an even more impressive phenomenon: quantum entanglement. In 1935, Albert Einstein, along with two other scientists named Boris Podolsky and Nathan Rosen, proposed a theoretical experiment. They called it the EPR paradox. It suggested that if quantum entanglement were real, two particles could remain connected even if they were separated by light-years of distance. Einstein famously called this spooky action at a distance, because it seemed so strange. Decades later, in 1982, a physicist named Alain Aspect proved that it was true. He conducted an experiment that demonstrated that by altering the state of one particle, its entangled partner would change instantly, without any known signal traveling between them. This confirmed that there is an invisible connection between particles, an interconnection field that exists beyond our normal understanding of time and space. Now take a moment to think about this on a broader scale. If everything in the universe, the stars, the planets, your body, the chair you are sitting on, is made of the same fundamental particles, then why wouldn't your mind, your thoughts, and your personal energy also be subject to this same rule of interconnection? The impacts of this phenomenon on your life are profound, and one of the biggest drivers of this interaction between your mind and the universe is a part of you that works mostly in the background: your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind acts like a living antenna. It is constantly picking up and transmitting frequencies, day and night, without you even being aware of it. Your thoughts are not just internal events happening inside your brain. They generate real, measurable electromagnetic vibrations that travel through space, interacting with the energy field around you. But what is even more fascinating is that this emission of energy doesn't only happen when you are consciously thinking. In fact, most of it comes from your subconscious, the deep automatic part of your mind. Remember the research from the HeartMath Institute. It shows that the human heart's electromagnetic field is influenced by our emotions. This field interacts with other energy systems, acting as a bridge between your inner feelings and the environment around you. And who controls most of your emotional reactions and deep-seated beliefs? Your subconscious. The subconscious is like a powerful radio antenna. It is always picking up signals from the world, and more importantly, it is always broadcasting signals based on your deepest, most firmly held beliefs. This means that if you have negative mental patterns stored away, thoughts of unworthiness, fear, or scarcity, your subconscious will be vibrating at that low frequency. And in return, it will attract situations and experiences that reflect that same negative energy back to you. But if you learn to reprogram it, you can start transmitting a new, higher frequency. You can radically change the events and opportunities that manifest in your life. Think about this for a moment. Have you ever noticed that when you are in a negative emotional state, feeling down or angry, it seems like everything starts to go wrong around you? Your car breaks down, you have an argument, you lose your keys. Conversely, when you are feeling full of positive energy and gratitude, opportunities just seem to show up out of the blue. You meet the right person, you find a solution to a problem, you get a piece of good news. This is not a coincidence. It happens because your vibrational field is responding to what is stored in your subconscious. It is constantly communicating with the quantum field, telling it what to send your way. If the subconscious has this incredible power to emit and pick up frequencies, shaping the reality around us, then why do most people fail to consciously access this power? The answer lies in the mental programming we receive from the moment we are born. From a very early age, we are taught to believe that reality is fixed and solid. We learn that the world is purely material, and that we can only change our lives through hard physical effort and rational logic. This limited view of the world acts like a wall, blocking our natural connection with the quantum laws of the universe. It makes us prisoners of a reality that could be much more expansive and fulfilling. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a renowned biologist and stem cell researcher, demonstrated that a staggering 95% of our daily actions, behaviors, and beliefs are controlled by the subconscious mind. And this subconscious is primarily shaped in the first 7 years of a child's life. During this early phase, our brain operates predominantly at a theta wave frequency. This is a highly receptive state, similar to a hypnotic trance. It is like the child's mind is a sponge, soaking up everything from its environment, beliefs, patterns, and limitations, without any filter. If we grow up hearing phrases like "money doesn't grow on trees," "you can't have everything you want in life," or "you have to work really hard to get anywhere," these ideas become automatic programs installed in our subconscious. Later on, even if we consciously desire abundance, success, or happiness, our deep mind continues emitting frequencies based on those old limiting beliefs we absorbed in childhood. These beliefs become internal commands that shape our adult lives. Even if you rationally no longer believe these statements, your subconscious still accepts them as absolute truths. Here is how this plays out in your life in a practical way. If your subconscious believes that money is hard to make, you might still earn money, but somehow it always seems to slip away through unexpected expenses, bad investments, or opportunities that never quite materialize. If your mind was programmed to believe that relationships are difficult, you might find yourself attracting partners who reinforce that belief, creating a repetitive pattern of frustrations and heartbreak. If you were taught that you don't deserve success, you might notice that whenever you are about to achieve something great, a sudden obstacle appears to stop your progress. Think about how many times you have set a clear goal for yourself: to lose weight, to make more money, to build a healthy relationship, and somehow you ended up falling back into your old habits. This happens because while your conscious mind wants to follow one path, your subconscious is already programmed to follow another. It is running on autopilot. This is the reason why so many people try to change their lives but feel stuck in repetitive, frustrating cycles. They don't realize that their energetic vibration is being determined by a subconscious mind that is still operating under an old, outdated, and limiting program. The connection between your inner beliefs and your external reality is a direct reflection of what quantum physics calls quantum entanglement. But if changing your life were as simple as just changing your conscious thoughts, everyone would already be living the life of their dreams, right? The problem is that most people don't know how to effectively reprogram the subconscious. They spend their lives trying to change external circumstances without realizing that the true block has always been within them. The good news is that there are proven ways to reverse this programming. Just like a computer can be updated with new software, your subconscious can be reprogrammed with new, empowering beliefs that allow for a new reality to emerge. If everything in the universe is connected, how exactly does this connection happen? The answer lies in those entangled particles, the quantum phenomenon that challenges everything we know about reality and reveals a hidden power within us. When two subatomic particles become entangled, they form a permanent bond. They remain connected, no matter how much distance you put between them. If one changes its state, for example, its direction of spin, the other one responds instantly, as if they share the same mind. The most impressive part is that this communication happens faster than the speed of light, without any visible physical signal. It is as if there is a deeper level of information, beyond space and time, that keeps everything unified. But why is this so important for you? Because you are made of these particles too. Your body, your mind, and your consciousness are all part of this vast, interconnected quantum field. What quantum physics is showing us is that our connection to the universe is much deeper and more fundamental than we ever realized. And this connection isn't just a theoretical idea. It can be activated and used to transform your life in tangible ways. Studies conducted by famous physicist Roger Penrose And anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff suggests that consciousness itself might be linked to quantum behavior within the tiny structures of our brain cells. This means that your very thoughts might operate in an entangled way with the universe. If your mind can influence the reality around you, then what you think and feel is not confined to your skull. It resonates out into the quantum field. Your intentions, your emotions, and even your general worldview create waves that spread out beyond you, interacting with other energies and shaping your life experience. Have you ever had a gut feeling that something bad was about to happen, even without any obvious reason, and then saw it unfold? Or have you thought intensely about someone you haven't spoken to in years, and shortly after, they called or texted you? This is not just luck. This is the practical effect of quantum interconnectedness between your mind and the external reality. If subatomic particles can communicate instantly across any distance, imagine what can happen when your mind aligns with that same frequency of interconnection. Your intentions begin to manifest more quickly and easily. You start to attract circumstances and people that seem to be in the right place at the right time. Your energy and creativity levels increase noticeably. You feel a deeper connection with your own intuition and the natural flow of life. If everything in the universe is interconnected, then your thoughts and emotions are energetic transmissions that interact with the very fabric of reality. What you feel and think doesn't just disappear inside you. This energy propagates outward, creating vibrational patterns that influence everything and everyone around you. A neuroscientist named Dr. Joe Dispenza explains this process beautifully. He says that when you generate a thought, it creates a chemical reaction in your brain, which in turn triggers a corresponding emotion in your body. That emotion then strengthens the original thought, forming a powerful loop. If you are constantly thinking about failure, fear, or scarcity, your entire body begins to vibrate at that low frequency. That vibration then affects your decisions, your behavior, and most importantly, what you attract into your life. Similarly, if you make a conscious effort to cultivate thoughts of success, abundance, and gratitude, your entire vibrational field changes. Your reality will slowly but surely start to reflect this new higher frequency back to you. If you are seeking success but have been conditioned since childhood to believe that only a few lucky people ever make it, your subconscious may be creating invisible blocks that prevent your progress. In other words, it is not enough to just consciously want something. You need to align your deep inner vibration with that intention. You have to feel it as true on the inside before you see it on the outside. The first and most important step in changing your vibration is to reprogram your subconscious to operate at a higher energy level. This means you need to send consistent, clear signals to your energy field until your subconscious mind finally accepts this new reality as its truth. As we often say, one of the most fundamental and powerful methods for doing this is through the practices of meditation and visualization. When you enter a meditative state, your brain waves slow down. They move from the busy beta waves of everyday thinking into the deeper, more receptive theta and delta wave states. These deeper frequencies are ideal for accessing the subconscious mind because they bypass the critical, analytical part of your conscious mind. Visualizing your goals as if they are already a reality is a powerful way to reinforce this new vibration. You are essentially giving your subconscious mind a blueprint of your desired future. Repeating positive, present tense phrases like "I am worthy of abundance" or "my energy attracts incredible experiences" helps to recondition your mind, overriding the old programs with new ones. High vibration emotions are the fuel for this transformation. Feelings like genuine gratitude, unconditional love, and deep joy are incredibly powerful. They strengthen your personal energy field and make it much easier for you to connect with the positive flow of the universe. You can combine this with meditation by breathing deeply and consciously invoking these emotions. Many of our most stubborn limiting beliefs are tied to past experiences that were stored in the subconscious as traumatic or negative memories. Techniques like EFT, emotional freedom techniques, or tapping and NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, can be very effective tools to help dissolve these emotional barriers. When you consistently apply these practices, your thoughts and emotions begin to vibrate in tune with the natural, abundant flow of the universe. And when that happens, something extraordinary begins to occur. Your external reality, the world you see with your eyes, starts to shift and change to reflect this new internal frequency. When you start aligning your mind with the truth of quantum entanglement, something profound happens on the inside. Your very perception of reality begins to change. You stop seeing the world as a collection of random, chaotic events, and start realizing that there is a greater flow of intelligence connecting everything. And more importantly, you become aware of your own active role in this process. The universe is always responding to the vibration you are emitting. When your conscious mind and your subconscious are aligned with thoughts of abundance, well-being, and confidence, this high frequency reflects back to you in the form of opportunities, unexpected encounters, and meaningful synchronicities that seem like lucky coincidences. But in reality, none of this is random. It is simply the quantum field's natural response to your new energetic transmissions. Many people who experience this awakening report similar patterns of transformation. Synchronicities increase. You start noticing that events and encounters seem to fall into place perfectly, as if the universe is guiding your steps. You think of a solution to a problem, and the very next day, you stumble upon a book that has the answer. You wish for an opportunity, and it appears at just the right time. Your emotional state improves. Negative emotions like fear and anxiety begin to lose their power over you. This is because your mind is no longer stuck in the old illusion of separation and chaos. Instead, you feel an inner peace that comes from the certainty that everything is connected and is ultimately working in your favor. You attract new people and experiences. When your frequency changes, your external reality has to change to match it. People who were once a part of your life may naturally drift away, while new uplifting connections emerge, bringing with them opportunities that are aligned with your new energy. Challenges lose their power. Problems and obstacles don't magically disappear from your life, but your reaction to them transforms completely. You start to see them as part of a bigger learning process, as stepping stones, rather than as punishments or permanent failures. However, there is a major mistake that prevents many people from maintaining this wonderful state of alignment. It is the constant fluctuation between faith and doubt. Often when we first begin to change our frequency, the universe tests us. Unexpected challenges arise. Situations that seem to contradict the new reality we are trying to create. And if in that critical moment, you give in to fear, insecurity, or revert to your old thought patterns, you can slow down or even completely block the transformation process. This happens because the universe always asks for confirmation before it solidifies a new reality for you. Let me explain this concept clearly. When you decide to change internally, the universe needs to test your new vibration to make sure you are truly committed to this transformation. It is like a final exam before you graduate to the next level. Imagine that you decide to attract more prosperity into your life. You start changing your beliefs about money. For the first few days, everything seems to be going well. You feel optimistic. Then suddenly, an unexpected expense arrives, or a small financial setback occurs. In that moment, most people react with frustration, anger, and fear. They slip right back into the old frequency of scarcity, thinking, "I knew it. I'll never have enough money." This is exactly where many people fail. What they don't realize is that this challenging situation isn't a sign of failure. It is a test from the universe to confirm whether your new vibration is solid and real. If you face this challenge with the same old mindset, the universe understands that your frequency hasn't truly changed. It will continue to deliver the old reality of scarcity. But if you can maintain your confidence, act with certainty, and continue vibrating in abundance, perhaps by feeling grateful for what you have, and trusting that more is coming. The universe records this new frequency as your new default setting. It then begins to deliver a new reality of prosperity. This applies to any change you want to make. If you decide you want a healthier relationship, you might notice old toxic patterns showing up again. This is a test to see if you will respond differently and uphold your new standards, or if you will repeat the same mistakes. If you want more professional success, you might face an initial obstacle, like a difficult client or a challenging project. If you persist with a positive and determined attitude, the universe understands that you are ready to move forward and will open new doors. If you want to develop more self-confidence, you might face unexpected criticism. This happens to see if your self-esteem has really changed, or if you still depend on the validation of others. The universe doesn't challenge you to make you give up. It does it to ensure that you are truly ready to receive what you have asked for. When you understand this dynamic, the challenges in your life are no longer seen as frustrating obstacles. They are viewed as signs of progress. They don't mean you are failing. They mean that your new reality is being adjusted and is getting closer. Many spiritual phenomena that were once considered purely mystical or supernatural can now be analyzed through the lens of quantum physics. Experiences like déjà vu, premonitions, synchronicities, and even the intense, unexplainable emotional connection between two people can be explained by the principle of quantum entanglement. In fact, many ancient spiritual traditions spoke about this universal interconnection long before modern science had the tools to study it. Concepts like prana in Hindu tradition, chi in Chinese culture, and the Akashic records in Western esotericism all describe an invisible field or energy that connects everything in the universe, holding all information. Now, quantum physics is beginning to validate these ancient concepts by showing that there is, in fact, a subtle energy field that permeates all of space. The renowned quantum physicist Dr. David Bohm proposed the theory of the holographic universe. He suggested that the reality we perceive with our senses is merely a projection, a manifestation of a much larger and deeper interconnected field of information. Another quantum pioneer, Erwin Schrödinger, stated that the mind and the world are one. He was suggesting that consciousness is not something separate from physical reality, but rather a fundamental manifestation of the universe itself. This perspective aligns perfectly with the oldest spiritual concept that we are all part of one universal consciousness, simply experiencing reality through different individual perspectives. This means that your mind is not isolated within your brain. Your thoughts, intentions, and emotions not only affect your own body, but they also interact with this universal energy field. This could explain phenomena like the immediate and deep feeling that you have known someone before you have actually met them in this life. It could be a reflection of an energetic entanglement between your consciousness and theirs. Events that seem like mere coincidences, but are perfectly timed, are likely direct responses to the frequencies you have been emitting. Quantum entanglement doesn't just happen between subatomic particles. It could very well explain the spiritual connections we feel between people. If particles can remain connected across time and space, what is stopping our individual consciousness from being connected in the same way? This could explain why we can sometimes feel a loved one's energy or pain deeply, even from a great distance. It explains why identical twins often know when something has happened to the other, even when they are apart. Even beautiful concepts like soulmates can be viewed through this lens. They could be two consciousnesses that were once deeply entangled and continue to vibrate in resonance, regardless of physical separation. Moreover, many spiritual practitioners talk about achieving a state of connection with the All, a state in which the mind transcends the feeling of separation and experiences a profound unity with the universe. This state, often achieved through deep meditation, is described in terms that are strikingly similar to the altered states of consciousness now being studied by neuroscience and quantum physics. Many people try to change their lives only at the conscious level. They repeat positive affirmations. They set goals, They try to think differently. But deep down in their heart, they still feel doubt, fear, and a sense of scarcity. This creates a vibrational conflict. You may be saying that you believe in abundance, but if deep down you feel anxious every time you think about money, your true vibration is one of lack. This is why it is so crucial to ask yourself an honest question. What do I really feel about what I want to manifest? If there is any fear, doubt, or resistance there, it means your vibration is not yet fully aligned. Your emotion is the most important factor that shapes your vibration. If you want to attract abundance, ask yourself, how would I feel if I were already financially prosperous? Would you feel secure, grateful, generous, excited? Your job is to cultivate that feeling every single day, even before you see the physical evidence. The most effective way to change your vibration is to start acting as if you are already the person you want to become. If you want more confidence, begin to act with confidence. If you desire success, start making decisions from a place of certainty as a successful person would. Your subconscious mind needs concrete evidence to accept a new reality. Your actions provide that evidence. If you want to master this connection with the universe and learn how to consciously manifest your reality, I invite you to take the next step. Imagine joining a 21-day program designed to reprogram your mind, elevate your vibration, and unlock your full energetic potential. For just 3 weeks, you would receive daily guided practices to transform your frequency and start attracting everything you truly desire. The first participants have already reported incredible achievements and changes showing up in their lives. Are you ready for yours? Now that you understand the power of quantum entanglement, the influence of your subconscious, and the direct impact of your vibration on your reality, there is just one more essential element missing. It is the final key to accessing your hidden energy: complete surrender to the flow of the universe. This means aligning your vibration with what you desire, while simultaneously letting go of your need to control the how and the when. It may seem contradictory, but here is how it works. The more you desire something with anxiety, worry, and doubt, the more you are actually reinforcing the idea that you don't have it yet. You are vibrating in a state of lack. This lack frequency acts as a block, preventing the universe from responding with a free and easy flow. On the other hand, when you are fully aligned and confident, when there is no fear, no anxiety, just a calm and certain knowing that what you want is already on its way, your reality starts to transform in what can only be described as a magical way. The secret is reaching a state of vibrational certainty. This means you already feel and act as though the desired change has already happened. There is no more doubt, no more waiting, just the absolute certainty that the universe is always working in your favor. Here are 4 powerful ways to access this final key in your own life. Practice unwavering faith. This is not about waiting to see before you believe. You must believe first. You need to vibrate as if you have already achieved what you want, and then your physical reality will start adjusting to match that vibration. Be grateful before manifestation. Gratitude is one of the most powerful energies for realigning your vibration. When you feel genuine, heartfelt gratitude, as if you have already received what you want, the universe responds by actively bringing it into your physical reality. Step into the flow of detachment. Desire, vibrate, align, and then let go. Trust that the universe knows the fastest and most perfect way to bring what is meant for you. Your job is to set the intention and hold the feeling. The universe's job is to handle the delivery. Act as if it's already real. If you had already achieved your goal, how would you act? How would you think? How would you carry yourself? How would you speak? Start living that way now, today. Your actions are a powerful broadcast to the quantum field. The universe does not just respond to your desire, it responds to your certainty. And when you reach that state of absolute alignment, no resistance, no fear, no desperate attachment, everything in your life will start moving in your favor. You will no longer need to search for power outside of yourself. You will realize that it has always been within you, waiting to be awakened. If this message has resonated with you, if you feel a spark of recognition, then declare your readiness. And if you want to continue receiving content that helps you unlock your potential, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your transformation journey is just beginning.